Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. I have something juicy for you today that I want to discuss. Okay, so this one is unlike some of my others because you'll see it jumps right in. Basically, what happened is I shared this on Patreon. It went off really well. A lot of people really enjoyed it, so I thought I wanted to share it over here. So, yeah, we're going to take a look. So you'll hear me talk to Patreon in this one. So that's what that's about. I do want to give a shout out. Thank you, Tim Tree Frog, for sharing this with me and bringing it to my attention. Also, I want to give credit to the original poster at Royal Magazine 179 for sharing this video and bringing it to our attention. So I'm excited to dive into this one. I get a little heated, so bear with me on this. But let's take a look at what I was talking about over on Patreon because it's juicy. Here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to Patreon. I'm so glad you're here. Today I have something fun and juicy for you. I'm going to show you a video. A huge thank you to you who sent it to me. I really appreciate it. That I just want you to watch it and then I want to react to it with you and I want to have a conversation with you about it. So let's take a look at this video. Here we go. Side note, the video is only 30 seconds long. It's juicy. I knew part of it, didn't know the other part. Here we go. Okay, future Jen again. I forgot. He plays music over this. I can't play, so I'm just going to tell you what's happening. So this person, again, credit to Royal Magazine 179, shared this video. Now, we remember that Meghan tells a story on Oprah of how the Queen shared her blanket for warmth. She put it over my knees. You know the story. Well, in the video, of course, we've seen the Queen didn't do that. I mean, that's not what happened. The Queen put the blanket on herself. We don't see it going on Meghan. Which, again, we've talked about that, but here's where it gets interesting to me. This person alleges Meghan made it up because Catherine actually was offered the blanket. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, that's a minor detail, but it's not. And I'll get into why. You'll hear in a second. But this original poster shares this incredibly sweet moment where the Queen offered Catherine a blanket after, they had been at an event together. It was a sweet moment shared by this person. So let's get into why it's kind of unbelievable. Here we go. You guys, how nuts is this? We knew the story, of course. We'd heard it on Oprah. And it seems like just such a small detail. But then when you really stop and think about it, she stole this. She stole the story because it actually did happen to Catherine, Princess of Wales. I'm going to refer to her as Catherine for ease sake, but I'm all due respect to Catherine, Princess of Wales. Okay, she stole the story from Catherine. Jealous Meg is such a psycho. She studied it, stole the story for herself. I just keep obsessing about details like this. And yes, they are small details, but when you add them together, they're not small. Okay, so the other one I obsess about, and I'm sure you know this one, I've talked about it before. I actually made a video about that whole, do you remember Meghan's whole, is he kind, when talking about Harry? That BS. Well, come to find out, allegedly, that was another story she stole from Catherine. So that was one of the things that came up. One of Catherine's friends, I'm trying to remember the story. It's been a little while since I talked about it, but if I remember correctly, it's like one of Catherine's friends revealed that was Catherine's question about William. Is he kind? Is he nice? Some form of that. Well, Psycho Meghan allegedly stole that story as well. So I just keep thinking about this, right? Imagine you're Catherine. You've worked your rear off. You've had to deal with the press for years. You've had to deal with, the pressures of joining the royal family, all of it for years. You've earned your spot. Catherine has earned that spot. And everybody's adoration and trust. I believe she's earned it. She's proven herself through the years. She's had to deal with all this from, again, the media, from everybody. And then Meg comes along, right? Is horrible to Catherine, is horrible to her kid. Probably kids plural, but especially Charlotte, it sounds like. Princess Charlotte. And I'm just blown away by this. And again, I know it's a tiny detail, but it's not, because it's psychotic. Just, it's like, all I can think of is like Fatal Attraction bunny boiler stuff, right? It's psychotic to steal Catherine's story and make it her own. And the thing is, she just assumed, talking about Meghan, just assumed none of us would figure it out. Haha. But just think about this. She assumed none of us would figure it out, and this is just another way for her to jab at Catherine. How crazy is that? I just, it's not even that I'm shocked anymore, because I'm not. It's more of just, that is such truly juvenile, mean girl. It's more than juvenile, because even juveniles don't act like this. Mean behavior. It is mean. It is words way worse than mean, but just at a base level, it is mean to come in and be like this to Catherine, and then to steal all her stories, and then to use them against the family that Catherine loves and has built, with William. And so it's just unbelievable. And to what end? Just to hurt Catherine? What, to try to win William? We've seen these pictures, It's just unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. This is the kind of stuff that I get obsessed with. This is why on the main channel, I do bring up stuff like this, and people call me petty. I'm fine with it. It's not me being petty. I'm trying to remind everybody, and I know you guys know I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm trying to remind everybody about things like this, because it's insane behavior. And I feel like Catherine can't speak up for herself, so here we are speaking up. Because it's crazy. Just put yourself in the situation. You're, again, you've joined this family. You've worked so hard, and I'm talking about Catherine, and built up your reputation, deservingly so, right? And then here comes this horrible person, Meghan, to try to come and destroy it all. It really is. It's shocking, right? To hear it just blows my mind. It really does. Guys, I'm just stuck on this detail. And so this is where I want you to chime in. Did you know that? I mean, I'm sure you knew about the Meghan telling the story, because it's one of, Meghan told the story in Oprah. But did it occur to you that this is actually what happened when Catherine and Meghan stole the story? Because it didn't with me. It's the same thing with the "is he kind" story. I just say it like that because Meghan was laid on so thick at that point. I asked, "Is he kind?" Bullshit. She doesn't care. Anyway, I knew about the Meghan story, of course, about the Queen shared her blanket with me because I'm the favorite. But I didn't even think about that it was a real event that happened with Catherine. Again, one that she earned by building up Her Majesty's, respect and trust and all the things, and showing love for William, all the things, showing love for the family. And then here comes Meghan stealing the story, regurgitating this shit on Oprah. And then I think about the Queen, and I don't want to think too hard about this because it does make me sad. Now we've all heard the stories about the Queen watching the Oprah interview and being upset about it, rightfully so. And then I just wonder, do you think she thought, "You lying bitch," when she heard the story about the blanket, the Oprah blanket? Unbelievable. So here's where I want you to chime in. What other stories can you think of like this? And I don't mean the big ones. We all know the big ones. I mean the small ones. Like making up a detail about the Queen sharing her blanket, even though it truly happened to Catherine. We saw the video where the Queen didn't do this with Meghan, and we know this because Meghan worked like 12 minutes with the royal family. And we could see the one time they were in the car together like that, and it didn't happen. Isn't that really, I mean, I guess that's, if you want to get to a base level, what, narcissistic behavior, but it's truly bizarre. It's psychotic. I keep going back to that word, but it is like to make up this story like that again, upon first glance seems like just a minor detail, but no, it's so much more than that. She's stealing Catherine's life and her stories, even the small stories. She's making her own. Ooh, that's some Fatal Attraction shit right there, you guys. I'm obsessed. Anyway, let me know if you can think of a small detail like this that Meghan might have stolen from Catherine, because I'm obsessed, and maybe I'll try to make a video on the main channel about it. I'm just riveted by this. Anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. I'm obsessed. I appreciate you all so much. I truly do. Thank you for all the love and support I got. I hope you guys have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.